Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Dear viewers across this planet, I greet you with the best greeting that ever used on this planet, the greeting that spreads peace amongst humans. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be unto all of you. Dear viewers, the good news is this kind of reward, this kind of greeting, we are rewarded on it. Just by using it, we are rewarded for it, inshallah. Because it's first of all, yes, we are using a greeting that had been used by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and recommended to us by our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So we can say that it's a global greeting and more especially a greeting for the believers and more especially a greeting that we are rewarded for it. What a blessing that we are enjoying, and I hope that it is acceptable from all of us, inshallah. Dear viewers, welcome to your favorite program about the interpretation of the Quran, or as we agreed to call it, treasures from the Holy Quran. As we have seen before, that from the Holy Quran, this is the only divine book that's available on this planet. So it's a pleasure and it's a gift for us to use it, and it's a gift for us to spend some time trying to understand the content of it, and also it is something very beneficial for all of us if we understand it and we share it with others, as many as we can. The most important thing is that we try our best to apply it in our life, because this is the useful thing in it. It's the word of Allah. It needs to be applied for peace to spread out, for the world to be a better place for us. We have to apply these verses. That's why we call them treasures. Without this guidance, we would be lost in this world. We would be lost between the opinion of this person and the other one, the opinion of this scholar and the other scholar, the opinion of this team and the other team, because all of them, they have their opinion and they think that it is something good. It may be good, but there is nothing better than the words of our Creator. Therefore, we should not spend our time and waste it in other experiments. We know that there is one Creator for this universe, and we know that the Quran is His own words, and therefore the shortcut to paradise, the shortcut for peace in this world, is to save our time and spend our time, this valuable time, to understand what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to us through our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Almost in every episode, we select few ayat or one ayah that talks about a different theme. In the previous time, I remember we were talking about the blessing of water that we gain from the sky, we gain from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how valuable these drops of water are. Today we are going to talk about something different. Today we are going to talk about the best words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that tells us the real essence of this life. Is it the money that we should seek? Is it the human relationship? Is it our relationship with Allah? What is the essence of this world? What is the end of it? What is the maximum goal of it? Again, if we try to get answers from randomly selected people, we'll get millions of answers. Yet we will not be pleased with this. Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us about the essence of this life. Therefore, we should not waste a lot of time here and there, going there and doing things by by ourselves and trying to explore. This has already been done, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala drew our attention in many verses, in many locations in the Quran, where to direct our focus, where to gear it to. Yes, now we are going to learn from one of the verses, one verse only, and then perhaps in another episode we will comment on it. What is the significance of knowing that, the essence of this life? What is the essence of it? Is it money? Is it relationship? Is it getting high positions? What is really the essence, the end result of this world that we are living in? Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Hadid, chapter number 57, and this is ayah number 20. So ayah number 20, verse number 20, in chapter called Al-Hadid, chapter number 57. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. We seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, particularly when we deal with the verses from the Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يعلم أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. I would say this is approximately, we are talking about 30 or 35 or maximum 40 words. These words sum up to us the essence of this life. It gives us a quick summary of the life that we spend. We perhaps spend 60 years, 70 years, more or less, to know the essence and to experience of this life. So, in brief, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, know that the life of this world is only play and amusement, pomp and mutual boasting among you, and rivalry in respect of wealth and children. It is the likeness of vegetation after rain. Thereof the growth is pleasing to the tillers. Afterwards it dries up, and you see it turning yellow after it was green. Then becomes straw. So green, yellow, and straw. But in the hereafter there is a severe torment for the disbelievers and evildoers. And there is forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His good pleasure for the believers and the good doers. And the life of this world is only a deceiving enjoyment. So the last two words sum up to us the summary of this life. It's an enjoyment, but it's a deceiving enjoyment, because we enjoy this life to a degree that it makes us deceived. We are deceived about the essence of it because of this kind of enjoyment that we have in this life. We indulge in it. We enjoy it very much to the degree that we forget about how it ends. We forget about our ending, that it's either in paradise, the everlasting enjoyment, or in hellfire, the everlasting torment. So don't be deceived. A lot of people are deceived by the beauty, by the torment, by all these kind of decoration that we go through in our life. And one enjoyment after another, one enjoyment after another, one enjoyment after another, we forget about the later life, which will be our end, which will be something that will never end after that. So don't be deceived by the ornament, by the beauty, by the enjoyment that temporarily we enjoy, to the degree that we forget about the ending life, how our akhirah, later life, will be, which is much, much more important, because as we have known from the previous ayat, that no matter how much enjoyment you have in this life is going to end. Sooner or later, it's going to end by death. We have read stories, we have experienced it in our life, we have seen it in our relatives that they enjoyed their life or part of their life, yet their life ended. Death came and cut this enjoyment. No matter how beautiful it was, no matter how lasting it was, how continuous it was, how long it was, yet it should end by any means. This is a quick summary of the life. You should know that there will be one time that you are going to stop enjoying all these pleasures that you had in life. But this life is not all about that. Life is about obeying Almighty Allah during your life, so that you, inshallah, hope that you will have reserved a place in paradise because of your good deeds that you have done in this life by worshipping Allah. So don't be deceived by these types of pleasures and enjoyment that we have in our life at the expense of forgetting our later life. The Quran focuses on this. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Don't forget your portion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created for you to enjoy in this life. Don't forget it at all. But this is not the ultimate goal that you have. This is not the ultimate goal that you have you've been created for. You've been created for something much greater than these temporary enjoyment. You've been created to worship and obey Almighty Allah. This is the purpose of life. This is the goal that should be in front of you all the time. So stick to it and do your best not to keep away from it or keep astray from it. It is very clear, and the ayah tells us. As you have seen the beginning of this ayah, yes, there's in this life, yes, there is a kind of play, enjoyment, there is ornament, there is boast between you and others, there is rivalry between people, between humans, rivalry in many aspects of life, rivalry to get money, rivalry to get children, rivalry in any kind of enjoyment, if any kind of abundance. We do our best to get as much as we can of the portions that we got in this life. We are trying our best to get more money so that we get more enjoyment. We are trying our best to get as more children as we can, because this is a source of happiness and a source of power and a source of boasting amongst us. This is the nature of life. This is how people see it. Yet, This is not the truth. This is not the truth. People just indulge in these kinds of pleasures and happiness that they have, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created for them, but they fall into another trap, which is forgetting about their later life, forgetting about the main task that they have been created for, forgetting about the worship of their Creator. That's why you can see the ayat talking about how it is green and lovely and beautiful, and then it moves into yellow, which is a sign of the ending of it. Then it ends. It becomes like straw. See, from the green leaves and green plants that we see, that we enjoy, that everybody loves to see, and then after that it becomes yellow, which is a sign of the closeness of death. Then after that it dies and it becomes straw. So 3 words sum up the nature of this life: green, beautiful, and then yellow, close to the end, and then it becomes a straw. So this is the cycle. And that's it, basically. Therefore, the smart person should think deeply that there is something beyond these green things and the yellow things and then a straw. The wisdom here that is, no matter how long you are going to live on this planet, no matter how rich you will be during this life, no matter how much enjoyment we will have on this life, yet this is not the essence of life. Remember, don't be deceived by this temporary beauty at the expense of time, because your life will run away from you and will end. And this is referred to by the issue of a straw. So a smart person should search for the significance. What is the essence of this life? If it is short, spend it in the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to spend it. Know your Lord, obey Him, spend your life in obedience of Almighty Allah, then get ready for death and for second life. This is the focus here, is the second life, later life that we are going to live, and it will never end. So don't be a non-smart person and your focus is only on this temporal life. Rather, be a smart person and make your focus is on later life. This is where you are going to enjoy everything forever, inshallah. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for drawing our attention. From time to time you see the Quran trying to help us to become more focused on where our focus should be. We do thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we do ask you to give us continuous support so that we share what we learned from the Holy Quran with other people who need it to enjoy their life as we do, hopefully, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Mamduh Nuruddin Muhammad.